All right, watching videos, scrolling through my feed, I saw something today that made me think that it's probably worth pointing out. And that is that there's a feud between a couple of online doctors over oatmeal. And I think more generally, I mean, they're talking about oatmeal specifically, but more generally, I think over those sorts of carbs. And one doctor believes that it's terrible for you, and the other doctor says it saves the life of people with eating disorders. I don't think that anyone who says don't eat oatmeal means that if it's your only means of eating, that you don't eat it. I think that generally all of us, when we're talking about what you should eat, is when you have that food available to you, that you're capable of finding it and affording it and eating it. Anybody that's out there starving should eat whatever they can get their hands on. And I would be the first one to say that. But to call these doctors into question that they're encouraging people to not eat, particularly ones who have issues with eating and body dysmorphia and things of that nature, I don't think that's genuine. I think that's being disingenuous. And I know certainly when I say that I think everybody should eat a diet of protein and fat, that it's any kind of protein fat that you can eat, not ribeye. There's lots of ways to do this economically. But if there were no other food as a poor kid who grew up having to find food at times, I know all too well what it feels like to be hungry. And I would never encourage somebody to not eat in the absence of food that they should eat. But in the United States, that's a very, very small percentage. Most all of us can find the food that we should, and that we should eat, and not make excuses about what we want to eat and what we like. So, do I think oatmeal is good for you? No, I think it's a poison. I would not eat it. I don't think there's any value in it. I think it is certainly poor people food, for sure. And if I had a choice between eating 8 eggs for breakfast and 4 cuts of bacon, or a thing of oatmeal, it's an easy decision, and I think the science would back me up on that. And I think from that perspective, that would be how I approach that. But never would I tell people don't eat in the absence of any food, and I don't think that that's what these doctors mean either. Opportunities are everywhere. You got to go get them. Start by eating what you should. That's the way to go about it. Go for a walk.